decided, hey, I'll do kind of my predictions and then reorganize where my head is at for the night this last. It's very, very early. I can't remember what the projection was. But yes, I pulled up the list I had here. We'll see if anything has changed. I'm going to kind of break this down from conference to conference, and I'm going to do it from division to division. I think is a good way of doing it. So first and foremost, we have the AFC East. Now before, I had the playoff teams, the AFC East being Bills and the Dolphins. Such a wild card. The Patriots and the Jets were there. Yes, all the way down to the dimension. That hurts because as I checked the videos, my teams are the Patriots and the Bucks, and I'm also going to be a little bit rooting for the Cardinals too for personal reasons, but those are kind of the three teams that I'm kind of going for, but also I support my favorite teams. So, how do I feel about the current circumstances? I'm kind of doing this like fresh, looking at the schedule sort of situation here, because I want to kind of really look at it now when I'm kind of saving it. So you don't reaction to it. So, the Bills facing Cardinals, facing the Dolphins. Now, I think people sort of dock down on the Bills, not giving them as much respect as they deserve. They've been a big playoff team for this division for a long time. Even if they did lose key offensive players and their defense, they released a lot of guys, I still think they're going to be an adequate team. And looking over at their schedule, I think it's sort of a toss-up with the Dolphins, but I think the Bills will win that match. And also just sort of show them who's back in the field. We have Bill Cardinals, the Bills, Dolphins. Bills, I think, it's sort of a toss-up. It's the Jaguars, and it's got Ravens, I think it's Blues. Those Texans, I think also a toss-up on the Texans. Those Jets, I think the Jets may are a little better. It's kind of a toss-up. Titans, Bills, Seahawks. I think that's going to be actually a tough match. I don't think the Bills are going to win here. Dolphins, Bills, another toss-up. Just to say that the Colts. Bills have beaten the Chiefs before, not in playoffs, but have beaten them in the regular season. I think the Chiefs are going to be more of a powered offense this season than last week. So it's still on Super Bowl. So I would say Chiefs win. 49ers. I think Rams win this season. This isn't really toss-up. I really do confident in saying they win that. Lions have been reevaluating my Patriots situation. It's not looking so good from preseason. Jacoby Brissett, may you rest in peace, my friend. Bills, I think, sweep us maybe. And since it's a toss-up, it's a Jets also win. So they're gonna have like a decent win percentage here, but they do have a lot of toss-up games actually. So comparing that with like the Dolphins, it's really the question on which of them's in the top spot. Jaguars, and Dolphins. Sort of toss-up. Seahawks, the Dolphins. Toss-up. Dolphins are too good at against playoff teams. I think the Rams are gonna be in playoff teams. It's toss-up. The Raiders. Packers, I think, are actually going up on the Packers this season. I think it's also a good toss-up. Dolphins, I think, can beat the Jets. Dolphins, Texans. I think I'm really liking the Texans. I think Browns. So looking at it, I think all these schedule. So I would say Dolphins number one. Now, do I feel like the AFC East is actually a 3 playoff sort of division? We'll have to see how I feel about the other AFC teams. With right now, I'm gonna keep Bills and Dolphins in playoff teams. But we'll see how we feel. Because Jets, I could easily put down depending on how I feel about the next circumstance here. Alright. AFC West. So let's start with well, I think Chiefs are clearly going to be the best in the division. Not even looking at these sort of schedules. I'm kind of down on the Raiders. I think they have potential. Really coaching there. Monty Adams is super Monty Adams. They got that tight end, Brock Powers. Maybe I'm misremembering his name from the draft. They still got Max Crosby. They were able to get one over on the Chiefs last year. And if I remember right, it was either the Raiders Chargers. It was definitely the Raiders Chargers game. I don't remember which one completely destroyed the other. I think the Raiders completely destroyed the Chargers. I do feel like the Chargers, the division, and I feel like the Raiders and Broncos. Actually, Broncos winners was actually yeah, I mean, I think there's potential for the second round. I think I'm most down. AFC West is actually as I was going through this. Well, I'm gonna go with my gut here. I think Raiders are still the Raiders, and I think they'll still be down. But I think I'm actually a little bit better. Mediocre at best. Actually, I think the way things are looking. I think missing playoff Chargers are either missing playoff team or Broncos I think that's where I stand with that. Yeah, I'm good with that. AFC North. Ravens, playoff team. As we saw last year, the AFC North is actually very competitive and could have 3 playoff teams. And it'd be crazy if there was 4. I think all those teams are pretty good. The quarterback situation for the Browns is rough by many circumstances. Nick Chubb, I think, is still out. I don't actually think that will be covered. I couldn't really say. But they were able to get think Bengals are a playoff team. Now remember this had been before, playoff teams and potential wild cards. So they wouldn't be playoff team from the wild cards. But they won the playoff team. So I think I'm going to structure this. I think win their division. Chiefs will win theirs, but I think I would still say they're Super Bowl favorites. They always play the underground, so we'll see how it goes. These are like predictions for how we think the season will go. We'll see how correct I am with that. I wouldn't play any of these unless well, actually, no, I'm sorry. I would put them in at most. But I'm not confident. Bengals, AFC South. So I do think Texans are going to be like a playoff team with it, with the division. I think from what I have heard, Anthony Richardson wasn't looking the best in preseason. Hopefully he'll shape up. Jaguars had sort of a collapse, and I'm not too up on the Jaguars, honestly. I like my 40 teams. I would say I feel like they could be a potential wild card, but I'm actually feeling sort of low on them at the moment. Maybe this is a little off days. I feel pretty up about them not being good on the playoffs. Titans really is mediocre. I don't always see a way for them. So out of the four divisions, KC, Ravens, Dolphins, Texans, and the wild cards. I forget because it hasn't changed. How many playoff positions actually are there? Is it 7 or is it 8? Let's see, I don't remember the number. Keys type. The wild cards, yes, 7. So potential wild cards. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. I think Colts, Jaguars, Chargers, Raiders are just kind of missing it. I think the Chargers have a good chance maybe being there. Same thing with the Raiders. I think I'm most up actually about them. Yeah. Alright, so go to the NFC. So starting with the NFC East. Cowboys are still going to do Cowboys things. It's really just a question on if the Eagles can outpace them this year. Had another collapse last season. I think they'll be fine. I think they're definitely like a playoff team without saying they're a playoff team. Because now I'm doing it now, so I'll put them in the thirds. Cowboys are always going to be good regular season. I think, if I remember correctly, they also got the deal done with Micah Parsons, I believe so. And I I think Commanders are young but intriguing still to me. And I would say Giants, just kind of mediocre at best. But at this point, I'm actually kind of okay with putting them at this level. But I feel like they are just kind of mediocre. So I don't think they'll be as bad as this circumstance here. West 49ers. Obviously, I think the Rams are like a wild card. So I'll throw them in here. I think they are getting to the playoffs, though. I would say I'm really up on the Rams this season. I think the Seahawks are just kind of barely missing, and I think the Cardinals are going to be mediocre at best. I think they'll be mediocre at best. I could say that they're just barely missing the playoffs, and I think they'll be better than being in the one contention. Yeah, I really like the situation in the AFC North. Bears lead up intriguing. I think it would surprise me because they could, like, their ceiling, I think, is playoff team. They're being a team in the playoffs, playoff team, potential wild card, I think, is their ceiling. Their floor, I would say, is actually mediocre at best, because I think they just have such a put together roster at this point. That's kind of like part that Lions are definitely the division winner, I think, still. Packers, I would say, are definitely wild card. Vikings, they got Jim McCarthy at the end of the season and surgery. So they are not in any better position to get their quarterback. So I kind of read last year. They do have Justin Jefferson. So, he can do things, but they're just very unfortunate. I think we could have so it's NFC North. Now the South. So, Bucks fan here. I'm still feeling good about the Bucks, but I think the Falcons are a little bit more threatening to me now. In my opinion, I think Saints mediocre at best. Though I do think like the division will sort of be like it was last year, with them like being very close and just one of them making it. I think consistency with the Bucks, though, they've been at it, made it the past couple of years. I think they're still going through it. They feel kind of together. I'm going to put them as the playoff team. I think Falcons would be that spot, actually, but I'm going to say I think Panthers going to be better than they were last year. But I think they're still going to be in number one pick contention. Yeah, I think they should be still. I feel like putting them in young but intriguing, but I don't think there's enough intrigue with them to actually do that. So looking at this, we have here the playoff teams, top category, number one contention, Pats, Vikings, and Panthers. If I had to put it in a list of who I think is most likely to get the number one pick out of these three, I would say I think Vikings. I think Panthers are going to be a little bit better than they were. I think Vikings just kind of got screwed. Just are not going to be able to. You don't really think about the Vikings defense all that much. get was the former running back for the Packers. Man, I went for his name. They didn't get him. I don't know how much change I think the Patriots are better school schedule. Win-loss plus. Alright, young but intriguing. I think Bears and Washington is put there. I think if there was like not just young but like intriguing, I would definitely put the Chargers in there and the Raiders in there. But I think that's kind of just, I think when I'm thinking about football, the quarterback definitely pops in the head as to why it's young and intriguing. Where it's like Bears kind of as a quarterback, Washington like a Steve Shot quarterback. Knicks also sort of fits in that category, but they were mediocre, so I think they're still on this city. I'm happy with the best section. Happy with the teams section so far. I'm gonna whittle it down. Having only 3 from each conference here. So out of the AFC section, which I have 5 teams here, I can only choose 3, and I would say Jets missing the playoffs. Then I think Aaron Rodgers might surprise me, and he could actually put in the work and show up. He has won MVPs before. It's been a few years and he's just come out of injury. Could be surprising. It's almost like old, but intriguing, I would say. And then I would say Steelers are also missing players. I think it's for the playoffs. It's going to be Chiefs, Ravens, Dolphins, Texans, Bills, I think that's what we're for NFC. 4 teams here. 3. I mean, I think the Eagles are a lock. Rams are a lock. Green Bay is a lock. The only reason why Falcons are kind of here because they're competing directly for the playoff spot from the division. So I don't know here. So Rams, Green Bay, Eagles. The playoff teams here. Dolphins, Texans, Cowboys, Bucks. Do I feel different about any of them being Super Bowl contenders? No, I think the Texans could move their way up, but I think it is sort of my list is kind of very much close in time to how teams were going last season, and I think I'm sticking with that. Maybe at halfway through the season, I'll probably do a list of this and see where I stand on it now. But I think this is where I stand. So we'll see how correct I am, and we can compare how different it was before and all that in the future. I'm excited to see how they do. I'll probably release another video shortly after this one. If I can record it before the first game of the season happens, I will. But it'll be who I think is winning this week. And yep. So that's all it is for today.